What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with Dark Outpost, and yesterday we came to you with the news that Henry Cavill and Warner Brothers are in talks, and that Henry Cavill is not done as Superman in the DCEU. But one of the things that all of the rumors kind of had in common was the fact that it would not be in a solo Superman film, that a Man of Steel sequel should not be expected anytime soon. Well, today we have a familiar face who's telling us that that may not be the case, and that a Superman film may be in the works with Henry Cavill, with none other than JJ Abrams as the man in charge, which could be pretty scary, but let's get into it. Let's see how real we think this rumor is and what that could mean. Now, first of all, I do just want to remind everyone of this big article that everyone was talking about. We haven't seen the last of Henry Cavill's Man of Steel. This was the exclusive that came and spread like wildfire about Henry Cavill not being done in the DCEU. But right here are the words. Warner Brothers is not developing a Man of Steel sequel. That is the word that everyone had. There's no Man of Steel sequel in the works, no standalone Superman movie. It was all about cameos, which, to be honest, is strange. You know, why would there be such big focus on bringing Cavill back to just do little onesie-twosie things here and there? It didn't really make too much sense to some people who were like, hey, at least Henry Cavill's going to be back. They can work on that solo Superman film soon. But like I said, this familiar face that some of us may know is none other than John Campea. Now, I want you guys to listen to what John Campea said today. Now, this was only a couple hours ago. He broke this live, basically. And as far as I know, John Campea is the only one that has heard this so far. So obviously, we have to take all these rumors with a grain of salt until they're confirmed. But let's listen to see what John Campea and with his guest Robert Meyer Burnett are saying. Let's actually just full screen it here.
I got reached out to by one of the guys who told me about the Batman situation that said, and I'm not going to quote directly here, but basically.
Now, and he goes and talks about how he has these different sources and what they've told him in the past, things like that. Obviously, listen, John Campea, we just had the announcement of the Snyder Cut, something that Campea was very virulent that would never, ever happen. So let's take this with a grain of salt, but let's see what he has to say.
Basically said this. JJ Abrams is doing Superman. And what this person told me was the reason they're not making any announcements about standalone Superman right now is because they want JJ to still have some flexibility to make those decisions. But it very well could be Henry Cavill.
So JJ is still in charge of this Superman movie, and it very well could be Henry Cavill. Now, let's see what else he says.
Following that, I reached out to the one individual who told me about the $70 million was the closer number to the Snyder Cut. Also was one of the three sources that told me about Batman, who confirmed what the first source said. Yeah, Abrams is doing Superman. But their thing was, and it's already settled, Henry Cavill is going to be JJ Abrams Superman. Now, whether JJ Abrams is going to be the producer of that movie with his bad robot banner, or whether J.J. Abrams would be directing or writing, I don't know, but it'll be J.J. Abrams Superman.
Now, that is kind of a bombshell, right? It goes directly in contrast to what so many other people have said, that, you know, there's no sequel in the works. But obviously that could make sense that, you know, they want to keep their options open. They're not ready to commit one way or the other. Maybe they don't want this to get out. But Henry Cavill back in a Man of Steel sequel, or at least a solo Superman movie, with JJ Abrams running it. Now, like John Campea said, what does JJ Abrams running it really mean? Will he be directing? Will he be writing? Will he be producing? All these different things could have a lot of different meanings and a lot of different ways for me to react to it, to be quite honest with you. Now, to be honest, with JJ Abrams and all the money DC's giving him, I have a hard time thinking that anyone else would have any control over that other than just JJ Abrams. That he would be able to do basically what he wanted, that there would be no reins. They paid him a ton of money to come in here and do stuff for DC. I can't see them putting reins on him in any way. But if JJ Abrams, I'll go ahead and full screen for a second. If JJ Abrams is doing a Man of Steel sequel, I don't know if that's going to work. I think that JJ can be an okay director. I think he has some beautiful shots and things like that, really knows how to make things look good and appeal to a lot of normies, to be quite honest with you. I don't want JJ Abrams anywhere near the story or the writing for Man of Steel. I think that JJ Abrams is a hack as a writer, as a story creator. I think he can do good things if given a story, but I don't want him writing a story. Now, could this be some kind of thing? We know that Zack Snyder is now back. They are working on the Snyder Cut. We know that Henry Cavill is very good friends with Zack Snyder. He appeared on that Man of Steel podcast, not podcast, but Man of Steel live stream that he did. Could there be a universe in which Zack Snyder and JJ Abrams collaborate with Henry Cavill in a Superman solo movie? We'll see. I think that if JJ was involved, that would make my mind at ease a little more if Zack Snyder was at least involved. Maybe JJ produces and Zack directs. Maybe, I can't imagine it being the other way around, but maybe Zack has a part in writing the story as a continuum. Now, I know there's a lot of people who are probably saying right now that JJ Abrams and Zack Snyder may be your worst nightmare, because there's a lot of people that don't have good feelings for both of those people. I love Zack Snyder. Don't love everything he did, but I love Zack Snyder, and I kind of despise JJ Abrams. So that is very strange. You know, we could see the mashup there would be interesting, but I also wanted to show you what Henry Cavill has just shown us and why it may confirm everything about all of these rumors. Not necessarily the JJ ones, but the fact that he's back. Superman returns as Henry Cavill teases his Man of Steel workout. Henry Cavill appears to be getting back in Superman shape. It was recently revealed the actor is back in talks with Warner Brothers to reprise his role as the iconic DC superhero. He is yet to truly comment on the news publicly, but he did recently share a photo of himself in the gym, and I will share that with you. Now, again, I mean, let's be real. Henry Cavill working out is not a surprise to anybody. Henry Cavill is still the Witcher. Henry Cavill still has to keep his body the right way. But he did do this. This is Henry Cavill today. Just a post from the gym. Just the shadow with the sun behind him. He says, "Hello, old friend." Now, what exactly does that mean? Does that mean just, back in the gym? It's been a while. I'm glad I'm back in the gym. Or is it something deeper? Is it something more about him going to play Superman, the character that he hasn't been since 2017? And of course, here was that Zack Snyder Justice League post where he posted this. Obviously, he was very thrilled about it as well. What could it mean for the future? And there he is with Zack. What could it mean for the future? It's crazy. It's crazy to imagine that all of these rumors are flying around right now. I don't really trust what anyone's saying, to be quite honest with you. You have all these reports about Harley Quinn, but no, not Harley Quinn. You have these reports about, Man of Steel. No Man of Steel sequel, but Superman's back. But no, actually, there is a movie in the works with JJ Abrams. Like I said, I don't know what to believe. All I know is that I want Henry Cavill back as Superman. I also know that I don't want JJ Abrams to be in charge of that story, because I think JJ Abrams is a hack as a writer / story guy. I think he can be a director, but you don't pay a guy that kind of money. I hear a helicopter right now. You don't pay a guy that kind of money to just come in and be a director, in my opinion. We know he's doing his Justice League Dark for HBO Max as well. How long will it take before he gets into a Superman solo film? Who knows? I'm interested to hear everyone's thoughts, though. I know that a lot of people have strong feelings about Zack Snyder. I know a lot of people have strong feelings about JJ Abrams, one way or the other. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what your preference would be for this Superman solo movie. Would you want JJ Abrams to helm the whole thing? Would you want Zack Snyder to helm the whole thing? Or would some kind of combination of you both be more up your alley? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.